buttons.
Flicking beans, clicking buttons, doing things.
Flicking beans, clicking buttons.
Doing things.
Firing up radio stations.
Holy shit, fuck. Where'd that go? Okay, I got things pulled up, ready to go. Look, I need notes, motherfucker.
Joe, you, whether you realize it or not, are a fucking angel in disguise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. Everybody's favorite. Oh, and my battery's about to die. Life is good.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, good Christian fun. Good Christian fun.
Dude, you know I really miss when I was a degenerate drunk and I used to break my phone?
Tell me.
I missed the broken phone.
Did you?
That's it. There was none of the other shit, but I really missed the broken phone.
I bet you don't.
No, I do. That was a great break every time.
You wake up in the morning and it'd be in like
son of a
shit.
I got a few phones in the Pacific Ocean, so I spread them out, bro. Not one or two either. A few.
I can just imagine.
Oh,
You are tall. I like that shirt. That looks and you are just comfy as shit tonight. I like them pants and stuff. Good. What are you looking for?
I know you're fucking feeling them earlier, you weirdo.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh, fucking no.
Nathan Hucker is here, man. We got a full. Look at it. Everybody's here. Nathan Hucker's here. Joe Allen. We got all kinds of people, man. Good Christian fun. Good times. What are you looking? Is that a warmer? Man, his chair is badass, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I hope everybody had a great week. Look, folks, we need some comments. I've always looking to you folks for things to add to the safety brief. I love the stuff that some of you people send in.
There's some humor here and there.
There's
actually zero serious shit. There's pure debauchery.
Debauchery is the way.
Can you knife me?
Can I knife you? I think so.
Any of them. I like that one.
What is this one? That looks like I wore that on my armor for a while. What is that one?
That was in a deployment present from a very good friend of ours. A platoon sergeant of mine who's a jiu-jitsu guy, MMA guy.
That has not notched a rib or anything?
No, I was not done anything crazy, I promise.
Really?
No, it really hasn't. I got it at the end of my in a deployment. It's always just kind of sat around and been sharp and pretty. It's
beautiful
nice.
Knife, though.
I love it. It's
I'm not a knife collector. Like I don't
like that guy. We do know a guy.
We do know a guy.
Dude, and I'm not hating because I just wish I had it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like your buddy with the arms room. We all have an arms room friend, right? Where you go in, you're like, have you shot all these? And they're like,
no.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm just jealous. I'm not like, making fun of anybody. But yeah, I'm not much. I have a couple that are important. Did you ever hear I gave that guy a knife? One of his prized ones. You should ask him to see it. I gave him one.
I love that you're opening up yours. My family, you need your knife back. You need your knife again.
No. It's not enough time.
Hello, Heidi, to you as well. I'm glad. Lowest unboxing ever. I'm glad you and Chris.
These are like hefty.
They have weight.
They have there's like.
Oh my goodness,
dude! That's market weight.
Is that die cast?
That's market weight.
Wow, that's market weight. That's outstanding. I love it. Our new mascots and whatnot. That is good shit right there. Folks, so if you here, let me bust out this because I gotta read our Carl.
Oh yeah, you should.
This is a good one.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it cracked me up. Let's see here. Where did I put that one? Carl is hysterical today. It cracked me up to no end. This comes from our friends at the Duffel Blog. Folks, if you are not familiar with the Duffel Blog, it's pretty freaking awesome. Duffel Blog is a satire site that Philip Blackman. Oh, Phil Blackman is here.
Holy moly.
Sexiest man in radio. Phil, I'm glad you're here, man. How do we sound, Phil? Better yet, how do we look, Phil? We already know the answer. What do you think of the new From the Ashes studio, Phil? I know it's not quite what you got going on there, but it's what we work with what we have. So
you can tell Joe's not here.
Well, actually, Joe is doing all the.
No, but there's some physical things I know he would be going.
He'd be tweaking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, remote's not the same, but we still have our Joe,
Yes.
But he's dying
Thank God.
AIDS, so
much better not dealing with You bent over in front of me, clicking on random things. Please go ahead with
You're
Carl.
welcome. This comes from
Thank
the
you, Joe.
Duffel blog. And yeah, from our friends at the Duffel blog. If you have not followed the Duffel blog, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to go follow them. They're outstanding.
Yes.
Hey, congratulations. The U.S. Navy commissions its first openly straight officer. Well done. Ensign Salvador Santiago, triple S clutch Sanchez, maybe look like your average junior naval officer, but he and the U.S. Navy have made history. Prior enlisted Chief Gas Turbine Systems Technician Mechanical, the first openly straight officer in the history of the United States Naval Service. Congratulations to the United States Navy. We are very, very proud of you. Well done. Do I know what?
I'm just going to say the same thing I say all the time. You don't need to announce it. Nobody gives a shit. But either way, I'm proud of the Navy.
It's just a
Their wrists just became stronger.
Showing the hall. Oh, that's why it's showing the hallway is what Joe said. See, now nobody would have noticed.
I did.
Well, you do.
I have OCD, bro. I just don't have the want to fix it. Awesome. I just sum myself up with in a real short.
Flip the light switch 10 times.
Dude, you ever see me in a room?
The what?
Oh, dude, I have so many OCD tendencies. I swear to God, it's ridiculous. I thought you'd notice.
As long as it's not when you're choking the shit out of me, I'm fine with it.
I don't have OCD in jiu-jitsu. I don't think.
I wonder how do. That's a great question. Now that you just said that way, how do like obsessive compulsive people or, well, I mean, I know how ADHD people do, but I wonder how people with like things like that do in jiu-jitsu. You would know better than I would. You've been doing it a lot longer than I have. Well, not a lot longer, but you've been doing it a lot longer than I have.
We can phone a friend and ask him.
Do we know someone who's got OCD?
Oh, we have a close mutual friend
that has OCD. And how did
he's also a black belt. Think real hard. You don't have to think hard. The obvious.
Yeah.
That guy's got some. He knows he's got OCD.
Yeah, that's true.
He has OCD, and then he perfects things too.
And I know he has OCD, so my favorite thing to do was we walk around the academy, things. And I'd like move and like
God, bro.
I'd walk around and move frames. And just tilt them slightly off center.
Were you there the day we were hanging pictures when we remodeled the academy?
Yeah, that was that guy. I would do it in the bathroom because
what's bad is like we kept getting to points where I'm like, bro, I have OCD, but at a certain point I don't give a fuck because I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, I'll see it forever. And he's like, I know, but it'll eat at me. I'm like, the other way.
I think it was me and Joe Allen, just threw the name up there.
Yeah, we all know.
I think it was Joe Allen and I that were hanging up the service flags in the academy that are on the wall and obviously on the wall. And it was making him nuts because
they were different sizes.
No, they were not spaced apart correctly.
Oh yeah.
And, and
the flag was the end all. The flag was the end all, bro.
That
it
I
ended
do
up like
that.
with the different centers in the room. Oh my God. So I don't know. I gotta ask him, like, dude, does your OCD like fuck with you when you train at all, or like does that affect? Or does it change? Maybe it makes it better. He is kind of a perfectionist on the mat.
We still had to add the Space Force sign. Joe Allen does remember. See? You're exactly right. That's a good memory right there.
Man,
fucking with Joe Ross. That was super. I wish he was listening right now, but he knows I do that kind of stuff to him, so it's just as much fun. But yeah, what about boxing? Do people?
I don't know.
No, never had an OCD or like anybody like that. Like,
I also I hang out in like my preferred choice of boxing gyms are not where people with OCD would go.
But you never ran into like those people that, particular about keeping their gear clean and stuff like that. I mean, there had to be those people. I remember them from the Army and they were funny as shit. I'm like,
I was in the infantry.
Yeah.
If they had that, they only had it for a week.
The coolest part. So I was, assigned to, I think Danaher is OCD. Yeah, that's a good point. Danaher is probably very OCD. That's a great point to make. Just at ICE next time. Oh, hey, ICE is here. Hell yeah, WTF Moments is here. I wonder if we're broadcasting on WTF right now. I really hope we are. ICE, glad you're here, man. Hope your show is going well. Hope WTF Moments is going very well. Hey, can't thank you enough for supporting us and love WTF.
You know what's really cool?
Killing it.
Is like in jiu-jitsu, I've gotten to like kind of hang out with some people I really like.
Uh-huh.
And then because of this show, I've gotten to like We get to talk to those guys all the time.
I know.
And we've been watching that page and laughing about that page and enjoying the quality that comes out of WTF Army Moments for a long time. So
For years.
So are a lot, and by a lot we mean tens of thousands of people. Just like if you guys aren't on Army WTF Moments, please go. It's for your own good.
The shit and if you haven't been featured on WTF Moments, your life is a waste.
Boring.
When they first came out, I was in recruiting school, and I got to be on WTF Moments for being in recruiting school. We were what were we doing? We were at a detail, and there were a bunch of us starting first classes, and we were kind of like leaning on a truck, and everybody else, all the E5s and whatnot, were like sweeping and raking and whatnot. And somebody took a picture of us, like all like leaning on a truck, supervising
government employees.
And dude, we
doing the government employee pose,
fucking ragged on mercilessly. And I was like, "Yep, that's me. How's it going? Yes,
hey.
Yes, that was me." Yeah. And if you call yourself out, all of a sudden, like now 1,000 soldiers are going to be like, "Nice job, you for asshole."
The autograph.
Yeah,
dude, I've told you about the Freedom magazine or whatever from Afghanistan. It has one of our regular listeners. It's the bottom on the left. Oh, underneath the greens. Yes, that one. Yeah, the little magazine, the guy in the front in the guard tower. Oh yeah. Where's it? Oh no, this does have the guard. This might not be the guard tower. We have one where it's a guard tower guy. And they took that picture within 24 hours of him getting caught naked, beaten off in that guard tower. I'm like, motherfucker, like not only were you the guy that got caught beaten off in a guard tower, but they featured you. Fucking guys.
Aren't you? Are we ever going to have the guy on the show who has a tattoo of you?
Dude, he's going to be here in 2 months. Yes, he's on the show.
He's coming in.
He does, bro. He doesn't. He signed back up for Facebook. I hadn't seen him on Facebook for like 3 years. He's got some fake name. There's no picture. No, I think he did finally put a picture on, but it's just a bullshit with a bunch of people, and he'll disappear again.
I can't wait for him to be here because
he's my hero in a lot of ways.
To hear the story of how he ended up with a tattoo of one shot on himself.
He was a private.
Did he lose a bet?
No,
I don't tell the story.
Bro, there's no fucking bet, bro. He fucking showed up to work with a tattoo of me. I fucking swear to God, there's no fucking making that shit up. And he will sit here. You've seen the picture. You've seen the picture of me.
I have. On him. And the picture of you standing next to him with me. Big stupid smile on your face.
The stupid fucking expression. I know.
That's glorious.
No, he's running some 100-mile Leadville race.
Oh my God.
He's also not
seems like
not
something
a skinny little fuck like me. He's a big burly man who can do a 100-mile run in Leadville in the first week of June, but he's going to come out for like a week. So yes, he'll be here.
Excellent. Talking about hanging signs up at the academy and missing line and screw with you. Joe Allen, what did I miss? Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yes,
we just missed a whole bunch of.
You missed. You can't
that's underneath your chair.
Oh, hold on.
That.
Hold on. If I can do it without knocking over.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh man, we said good things about you.
Yeah, we did.
Good things about you.
I don't see it.
We just laughed about hanging pictures with you. That's it. Oh man, you were.
It's way back. Oh, I lost my fucking condom. Oh my gosh, I lost my microphone condom. Oh fuck, the show is ruined.
I know.
Joe, do you want to?
The AIDS is going to spread.
It is. Joe, do you want to bring on Todd, or you want me to do it, dude? I can do it either way, whatever you prefer, Jeff.
You still have dumb donuts on. You didn't update the thing. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't update the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to From the Ashes, my homie Todd Youngblood. Todd, how the heck are you? You got to unmute yourself, Sugar Britches. You're muted.
Still muted.
You look good.
No, I'm no longer muted. Sorry about that. That was such a rookie mistake. I got so excited. I was in the spotlight. Just it's good to be here, guys.
It is. We're glad to have you, man. How's your day been?
Excellent. Up until a few minutes ago, it was a really nice day, and then all of a sudden, some crazy storm and wind and hail and weird stuff started happening here.
I thought he was going to say it was a great day until he had to look at us.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Thank God it was the weather.
He had so
weather looked a lot worse than you boys. Don't worry.
Well, Todd, welcome to the show. We've had you on once before, but I think it was only for a brief moment. But we're glad you're here for at least a few more minutes today. So welcome to the show. For those of our audience that has never met you, why don't you talk about, start at the beginning. Tell us about your military service and we'll start there.
Yeah, so I'm a ex-Navy guy. I didn't have to specify when I got it, enlisted which direction I was headed.
You don't have to share your pronouns here, sir.
All that. It was don't tell, don't ask, don't tell back then, so nobody cared. Now I think you're right. We should stop caring again. Also did a little leg with the Army National Guard, Colorado Army National Guard after the Navy service. Got to play around overseas a little bit in the military. We did Operation. It was Desert Strike. So this was after Desert Storm. We went back into Iraq and did some fun playing around stuff in there in Desert Strike. But the reality I came to in that point of service was, why the hell would anybody want to be in the Middle East? Just in general, it was 140-degree days in the Persian Gulf back then, and man, it was just
still is
very pleasant environment.
Yeah,
so
it's not better.
If you've ever been to El Paso, Texas, it's the same thing.
That's why I don't live in El Paso, Texas,
and no one else should either. Well, cool. Glad to hear it. What did you do when you were in the Navy?
Was a cook, man. Made bacon for people. It was awesome.
No shit. I've been the most popular guy in the Navy.
I've said many times on this show, I think the hardest working MOS in the military is the cooks.
Agree.
Hands down.
Especially in the Navy, because you guys got to keep cooking all the time, don't you? It never stops.
24/7 operation for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Night and day.
Are you a good cook now?
I think I can hold my own pretty well. I think I can make some really delicious bacon and a lot of other stuff.
I like it.
Doing better than me,
We need an invite for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
I
can barely fry an
I
egg,
saw your post on your Blackstone grill today. So we'll come over. We'll fire up that Blackstone at your house, Rob, and we'll make some good omelets.
You can't, dude. Omelets. I have been working on omelets for, what would you say, Joe Allen? So probably about 4 or 5 years now, trying to get the omelets perfected. And yeah, me and omelets, we don't see eye to eye on things.
Have you gotten an egg flip yet?
No, man, no.
Like 2 years ago, we talked about this.
You
tried to get it and you hadn't.
Yeah. Mandy actually bought me an omelet pan. She felt so bad for me. And it still has not happened.
You don't need any of that shit. It's just, we just need to hang out one morning.
Yes.
We'll be fine.
Many men have tried. Many men have tried, Todd.
Todd, before we continue any longer with Rob's failures in life,
it's a list. It's a long list.
Tell us why you're here. I'm excited.
Yeah, I've been volunteering in the veterans community here in Denver for the last 10 plus years. Ever since I moved up here to Denver. The latest project I've been working on is in the psychedelic space. So many may know the Colorado passed a Natural Medicine Act about 2.5 years ago, which allows more access to psychedelics, plant-based medicine, things like ayahuasca, DMT, psilocybin, ibogaine. Like those are the core substances that most therapists are using in the state. And I really wanted to take a minute just to talk through a few details, because I think a lot of people, picture Colorado, picture psychedelics. They're like, it's a bunch of hippies running around in the woods,
Are they wrong?
Rubbing people with sage. And there's still some of that. I ain't gonna lie. There's still some of that going on, and it's totally fine. It's cool. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to pursue psychedelic therapy and psychedelic medicine. But like, as a veteran and knowing the veteran community and the guys I roll with, like, they're not so much into the woojie stuff. They want more structured, clinically based, scientifically based medicines that are really are going to be for a specific symptom and deliver a specific outcome. So myself and a group of many others in the state of Colorado have been putting together and running programs to help connect veterans with different needs in the psychedelic space. Maybe you're struggling with depression, right? Maybe a good microdosing protocol would kind of level you out, help you with your depressive state, get you wound back up and rolling in a good direction. So it's just a lot about creating the community around the psychedelics, spreading the word that there's some really great programs out there available for people to get into. And then obviously we're always looking for more people to support the community and be a part of the community with us.
Agree completely. So let's talk that through. So obviously a couple of years ago, I was having a tough time. It almost cost me some of my relationships. If not for microdosing, I think it would have been catastrophic. Microdosing has really, really helped my relationships that are close to me. Excellent stuff. I can't say enough good things about it. And it just kind of got me through enough to take the edge off of things. And it's just a great thing. I can't say enough good things about it. Can you expand on it a bit for us? Well,
one of the things I want to just emphasize today is microdosing is great if you do it the right way. And I think a lot of folks are exploring these items, and just like anything else, there's just a lot of snake oil bullshit out there. And the last thing I want to see is one of my fellow veterans that has been struggling with PTSD, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, just run across another ineffective treatment just because it was off brand or just bullshit to begin with. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of the science is telling us that, the structure in which you engage with psychedelics, the structure around doing a hero's journey, the structure and intentions you set around your microdosing and your experiences are a key element. The other key element is knowing exactly what you're taking. Microdoses, macrodoses, recreational doses, hero doses are specific dosages that they've kind of determined because they elevate you to a specific psychedelic state or a specific mind state. And if you don't know what you're taking, there's obviously a lot of potential issues with taking the wrong amount. So a lot of what we're doing is making sure that people are getting connected to sources and they can really understand exactly what they're taking, with whether it's a test kit or it's just like very dialed in prescribed medication. And I'm not sure what just happened. I think the other guys went away.
Put you up on the screen is all.
Oh, okay.
So you're good.
Like, you're just good. Left me here. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that too. Don't get lonely. You're okay. So do not walk around your local cow field and flip over the patty, cow burgers, and munch whatever's underneath. Is what you're getting at?
Yeah, it's psilocybin in general is a really interesting beast because, like, if you go in your basement tonight and eat a handful of mushrooms, there's some benefit to it, but if you actually go through a facilitated, structured journey with psilocybin, you know exactly how much you're taking. You have the intention set before the journey. You have the reintegration work, which is a critical component. I mean, think about this for a second. Like, you're kicking around all these rocks and you have this great tool that helps open yourself up, see things in a different perspective. But then if you don't reintegrate those changes back into your life, you basically opened the box, looked at everything, and then you just let the box close with the same shapes in it, as you had before. And there's really no facilitated change and long-term change that you can affect in your life. But if you do it properly and you do it well, a lot of people, that have been through these journeys have just really raved about the success they've had about putting parts of their past, getting a new perspective of the part of the past, putting it away where it belongs, just in the memories instead of active in your brain like PTSD often is. And it really just helps them focus on the more important things in life, their connections, their family, their friends, and living a fulfilled life. So
you've used the word facilitated 2 or 3 times at this point. Talk about us about a little bit about what that word specifically means. What does facilitating a journey look like? What are you talking about there?
Well, it's an individual who's going to help guide you through the journey itself. So think of about a hunting guide, right? You got somebody that knows the territory, knows exactly, talks to you up front, understands what you're going to want to go through, what you're trying to achieve on this psychedelic experience. And they're really going to help you hone in and create the right container that's going to allow you to have that type of experience. And they're also going to help connect you with the right resources and framework to make sure that, you can reintegrate those changes back into your life. The other thing that facilitators are doing right now in the state is helping people take a broader holistic view of their overall health. Like, I work primarily in the psilocybin space today, but I have connections to individuals that are running ketamine clinics. We have connections to groups that are running ibogaine clinics down in Mexico. We have other groups that are doing ayahuasca ceremonies. So, it's a very consultative approach for most facilitators today to try to make sure they align the individual with the right services they're needing. Because it may be that you need to do a psilocybin journey. Maybe you need to do a little ketamine as well. Maybe hyperbaric oxygen or TMS therapy and all these other modalities that are non-traditional mental health modalities, are appropriate for an individual. So it's just really that guide, that professional guide to help you make sure you get the most out of a psychedelic experience.
What if a veteran comes to you and is like, hey man, I'm not dealing with PTSD or anything. I just live in Colorado and I just want to fucking trip my balls off. Will you work with them?
No, this isn't a recreational thing for me. There's a lot of opportunities just to use this recreationally. I'm primarily focused on helping veterans that need a better path towards healing and healing from specific issues. Psychedelics can be used for individuals who just want to, be high achievers, overcome just some other blockers or personal barriers in their personal life or their professional life, and it is that tool that can help you help provide different insights into how you act, why you react in different situations in different ways. So, I don't, if you want to go trip your balls off, that's great. No judgments about that.
Probably don't need a guide either for that.
We're trying to do here at all.
Well, maybe you do, but.
So I've had veterans reach out and, especially as we're getting ready for this interview, and they're like, hey man, I've never tripped. They don't know anything about it. They're like, what can I expect? What am I looking for? What's going to happen? Am I going to talk to Jesus? I mean, what's going to happen to me? Great
question. So kind of two different things. When you talk about microdosing, we started talking about that. I mean, the kind of the obvious answer is in the name. It's a very small dose of psilocybin or DMT or different substances. It's not enough to really give you a psychedelic experience. I mean, maybe it would be like, we're all ex-alcoholics as military members, or at least most of us are. It'd be equivalent of having like one light beer is like a microdose of psilocybin. You barely feel it. It's not meant to be inhibiting. It's not meant to make you feel high or drunk or anything like that. It's really just meant to help lighten your mood, brighten your day. A lot of people will say things seems brighter and shinier around them. They see colors more brightly. They say it's like looking around in high definition, right? So the other element is like the hero dose. So whenever you talk about dosages, a hero dose is considered to be any more than 20 milligrams of psilocybin. So not the weight of the actual mushrooms, but like the actual psilocybin content of 20 milligrams or more is considered to be a hero's dose. I think if you get above 70, it's a warrior's dose is kind of the next level. So in that 20 to 70 milligram range, you're going to experience a lot of psychedelic pieces. I mean, you may talk to people from your past. You may see some really crazy visuals, a lot of geometric shapes. You may see a lot of different color patterns. You may get to have conversations with your grandfather when he was young and just these out of body experiences. A lot of people will say, I felt like I was looking down on myself and I could see my body while my mind was, floating out towards Jupiter and just exploring the greater unknown. So these experiences can, range. A lot of people are doing this to look at some of the bad things that happened to them in the past. So we try to keep things light and bright and in a positive light with all these experiences. But, I had some shits to wade through in my journey and to look at that and look, I had to go into those dark places before I could have a new perspective on them and be able to move past them properly. So it's it's a little bit different from everybody, but it's a little hard to explain, but those are kind of the highlights and some of the intangibles that you might encounter.
I've tried to describe it a lot of times to talk about it, and I think that was incredibly well done.
Yeah,
and it's really hard to describe because there's so many different versions, of what's going to happen. That, man, you described that really well. I don't know if you remember last time. Up until recently, I've been kind of on the critic side of this a little bit, not necessarily like opposed, but definitely like skeptical eye for a while. But I came to the point where I hadn't met somebody who didn't have a good review. Like, nobody had a bad review. Some of them didn't like have like this, level 10 amazing moment, but nobody had anything bad. And I don't think a single person didn't have some sort of good that it came from it. And now that I have jumped over the cliff,
I wish you word that differently, but you can say that a different way.
Like, not just the I know we talked a lot about the depression and anxiety things, which I went from pretty much regularly being on anxiety medicine to almost not at all now.
I'm off all of it, everything.
I am so close to off that it's crazy. And it was like day one, take a microdose. The next 4 weeks, I did less than I do in a week of usual for anxiety meds, and then mood's better. But also the one thing that was like key for me was the refiring of the brain due to concussionary syndrome stuff was just incredible. And it wasn't like I took the microdose and during the time of the microdose, I had the fire happen. You take the microdose and the fire happens, and the next day I still feel better than I did the day before the microdose. So the longevity of things, or long term, I think is at least from what I've seen, is incredible.
Yeah, and I think the expectations are important to set. I think you come in with 6 big rocks to turn over. Maybe some people can roll through all 6 big rocks in one journey and get it all done. But like you said, if they're even able to turn over one of those rocks and be able to put a little bit of their baggage in the past, that's a win. I mean, this is a growth module, right? And this is, like for me, the journey and the microdosing was just one element. I had to start drinking less. I had to start eating better. I had to start exercising more. I needed to start making conscious efforts to reconnect with friends and go through all those motions, just all that mindfulness and healthy stuff that we tell ourselves over and over and over again that we're going to do next week. I'm going to start eating better next week. We're going to stop eating Doritos so much. Well, this is a tool that's going to, peel the layers back and give you an opportunity to really commit to those next tasks so you can roll through those things. But most people are doing it incrementally too. Like, you're not going to take this and all of a sudden be an Ironman triathlon or do the Leadville 100 like your buddy's doing.
Right.
That's incredible. But it's that it gives you the ability to start on that path, to have a new perspective and start making those incremental changes in yourself. And if you keep following that path for a long, again and again and again, you're going to get better and better and better.
Joe, why did you take that comment down? We were trying to make sense.
We were
that motherfucker's
really
tripping balls right
it.
now.
We weren't laughing at you, Todd. There's just weird comments coming through where I'm like,
holy 123 XC is, but man, are you okay, brother? You're tripping balls right the fuck now, aren't you?
He did it. He was hero of battle. Hero of battle dose, not just hero dose.
We're glad you're here. Holy 123.
You think that's one of the Russians that like fucking hack into our shit? We have Russians hack in and listen to the show, and I think that's one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be awesome.
Eric Reed, next time you're in town, man, let us know, man, and we will connect you with Todd. Absolutely. Todd, I only have you for another few minutes because we got to get to our next guest. Will it help Rob stop eating Spam? Motherfucker, nothing will stop me from eating Spam. You can eat a dick, Eric Reed. Nothing will stop me from eating Spam.
Spam's not far from a dick.
Hey, Spam is fucking delicious. I don't care what anybody says.
I eat Spam.
You got some stuff coming up. There is a psychedelic conference coming up sometime soon.
So we'll have more information about it. We have a couple of websites that Joe's going to share with everybody. The Invictus Fund is our primary nonprofit that we work through to raise money to help support the framework here in Colorado to help veterans, help expand access for veterans and first responders here in the state. That group is a community partner for the Psychedelic Sciences Conference that's coming up in June. It's going to be downtown at the convention center. We'll have a link to discounted passes if you want to come to this psychedelic science convention. And then on June 19th, we're going to host a veteran and first responder networking event at Wynkoop Brewing, downtown Denver. Wynkoop Brewing, 19th from 6 to 9 o'clock. We're going to have a ton of the psychedelic therapy service providers, just other people involved in the community out there, facilitators and programs for you to check out and just see how sophisticated this network's become. It really is not just a couple of guys running around throwing sage at each other. It's that we're running thousands of individuals through programs every month, as a part of the overall framework and network that is spread across the state and spread across this country for psychedelic therapy. So it's really cool stuff when you get a chance to check it out.
I don't mean to interrupt you real quick, but Gary, you got a rack, man. Anytime you show up in Colorado, man, I got a rack for you. You got a place to stay. Yeah.
Come do a treatment.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable to come and do some psychedelic visitorships.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, and then go back. Yeah. All refreshed. That's a real reset, man.
Do you remember the dude I told you about with the half stash? He had alopecia.
Yes. Yeah.
That's Gary.
Oh.
With the commander.
That is
Storm Brown. What's up with that stash? That's Gary Brown. Best fucking story from Iraq I've ever told. I love that fucking story.
Yeah.
Gary, you got a place to crash whenever you come. Reed, the story. You too, man. What do you call it? Todd, I could talk to you about this obviously all night and have. You are welcome back to the show anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Todd Youngblood about plant-based medicine. We've been talking about mushrooms, basically microdosing, all kinds of good stuff. Todd, you're welcome anytime. This is extremely important for our veteran community right this second. This is changing things aggressively. When we talk about stopping veteran suicide, I think this is going to be the big fork in the road right now. And I think you're on the forefront on it. I think you're really at the front of this, Todd.
Thank you,
no question.
I can't agree more. This is a much needed addition to our arsenal to combat veteran suicide. I think there's a lot of great things that can come out of all of this, and I really appreciate the time and your support and all of this, and have me on the show again, man. It's great to see you.
Before I cut you loose, hang on a second. We have a technique.
You're not
There's
done.
a path. Yeah, hang on. Like I said, I'm going to pass you off to my hetero life mate. He gives you all the outgoing instructions, and he takes you out.
I think we did. You just did a hell of a show. But if there's anything you forgot, if there's anything we glossed over and you want to talk about real quick, we give you like 2 minutes. Please include your socials at the beginning and end real quick so we all get it, because I don't have yours either, and I want to follow some of the things you're doing.
There's a lot of people that want
programs that you're whatever. Give us the handles and contact info, and then you got about 2 minutes. Whatever you want to throw in there, throw the last dime in the bucket, man. Time's yours. Go.
Two quick things. So I saw a question come up about the efficacy of this, and what they're showing. These are studies from the VA. These are studies from John Hopkins. These are studies from the University of London. Is a 65 to 85% recovery rate from things like PTSD and depressive states after doing talk therapy plus psychedelics. So this is MDMA. This is psilocybin. Primarily what these studies were focused on. And look, I mean, you compare that today with SSRIs and talk therapy, like our traditional cocktail after we got out of the military. Here, have a bunch of Prozac and go talk to the therapist down the corner. That's like sitting between like 15 and 35%, I think, is the rate at which, they're seeing success. And by I mean success, like having somebody with PTSD say, I no longer feel like I have PTSD. I no longer exhibit symptoms of PTSD. So like you compare that to 65 to 80% of people that go through this therapy and go through this protocol that can truly say, I no longer feel depressed, or I no longer feel like I have PTSD or exhibit those symptoms, I mean, that's the game changer right there. And a big element to what we're doing to continue to collect data and really survey, a few 100,000 people going through these programs, because we have a partnership with the Psychedelic Data Society, and they have built an app for us, truly a mobile app where you can track your progress. You can get a baseline of your depressive states or your state of anxiety before you go through these types of protocols. And then after you go through the protocols, you can, continue to journal within the application and re-baseline and really measure your progress. And that's awesome for individuals, because if you're going to do psychedelics, maybe you're going to do psilocybin, maybe you're going to do ayahuasca, maybe you're going to go try some ketamine or some hyperbaric oxygen. It's just an app that follows you around. DMT is an excellent psychedelic as well. So it's really exciting times. I'm really excited for the potential here. We just need to put our arms around this and own this shit ourselves, and not rely on anybody else to come rescue us and build this stuff for us. We need to build this stuff. We need to have the networks. We need to have the infrastructure. We need to support each other and help our brothers and sisters heal.
Nobody's coming for us.
Yeah, we say it all
Nobody's
the
coming
time.
for us, man.
No one's coming for us. We got to save
each other's
ourselves.
backs here.
Well, judging by our listeners in the comments, you're about to get blown up, man. You're gonna have to get a lot of comments, or a lot of people hitting you up. So, hey, folks, Colorado is the place. Are there other states doing this?
Oregon and Colorado are the only ones that are open today to do therapy in an open and medical way, that you'd need to have it opened up. Like if you go to Texas, you can still find providers down there, but they're all underground. And if you ever got caught with the amount of psilocybin it would take to go on a hero's journey, you could get thrown in jail pretty quick. So, Colorado's a safe place to do it. It's an alternative to going to Mexico and going on all these journeys. Not saying anything negative about the groups and individuals that are running programs outside of the states, but it's nice not to have to go leave the country to get access to the stuff. It's nice just to get on the street.
Folks, we want to hear about your experiences. If you have good experiences, bad experiences, share them for the group. There, obviously, you can see by our comments, there are a lot of people that are interested in this and are looking for the help. If you have comments, put them in the chat. If you had a good experience, if you had a bad experience, if you had any experience, put them in the comments. There's a lot of veterans.
If it wasn't for the amount of people I heard repeatedly saying this changed my life, I would have never ever touched it again after high school.
I get you. I get you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Todd Youngblood. Todd, I can't thank you enough for being on From the Ashes on About Face Media. Sincerely appreciate all of your time.
Thank you, brother. Good to see
you. Have a great rest of your week, and thanks for the time, man.
Have a good day, guys.
Good night.
Night, Todd. That was a fucking good one. Yeah. That's one of the ones that we like when somebody's like, oh, I want to check it out for the first time. We just send them an episode.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not even done yet.
I know.
Don't screw it up.
Fucking
Rob, you and your shenanigans.
Look, man, I'm not the one with. Well, I am the one with a vape sitting underneath my chair right now, but that's not the point.
Yeah, and I
wish my arms.
You're the one that's going to get choked in a little bit.
Look, man, I'll have you know that I am a jiu-jitsu purple belt. Thank you.
Fucking hey,
you can't say that, can you?
Fucking no, I can't. I wish I fucking could.
Try to reach for it, aren't you?
Oh.
Now everybody can see your comfy pants.
No, I didn't bend. I squatted.
I wish I could do that.
Why can't you squat, Rob? Is it because I knee barred you?
Because snowboarding is fun.
Yeah.
At least for the first couple of hours. Next episode, Rob and Seth do a hero's dose. I don't really know what that looks like. Since I've dabbled, we're not doing a show. That would be a bad idea.
Okay.
That would be a very bad idea.
So you're saying like we don't get electronic devices?
That would be a bad idea. Because my dead grandfather would be standing here and I would be riding a whale. So that's a terrible idea.
Oh.
And I don't mean a fat chick. I mean an actual in the ocean whale. That's a bad idea. It'd be fun as fuck for the listeners.
I don't know. I don't know which ones. What the difference would be in the relative of the story.
not a good
either
call.
One.
Yeah, probably not a good call.
Tracking.
Probably not
tracking like a toe. Are we gonna bring my bro on?
Adam? We should if he fucking would turn his camera on.
I
We
know.
absolutely
It's
could.
fat.
There, oh, look who decided. Yeah. Oh, look who got caught. Ladies and gentlemen, our friend Adam from Loyal Life. Adam, how the hell are you? Welcome back to From the Ashes.
I'm good. I'm good.
You are, and you look good, and that's the important part.
Did you shave for this?
He did.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, look at that.
It's
That's beautiful,
smooth.
isn't
I
it?
can tell when it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's turtle wax, isn't it? You can tell me.
Yes.
Adam, how you been, man?
Good. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. How's the work life? How's the jiu-jitsu life?
Work life is work life, never changes. And jiu-jitsu life is always there, right?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
Some
Did
of
you
us
see the picture of his ear torn off lately?
Ear
it's
torn
looking
off.
good. It's looking good.
Look, he
It's like
had to have his ear sewed back on.
Yeah, it's like a chunk missing. It was pretty nasty.
Chris
It-
Carter tried to eat you, didn't he?
It literally passed through the grapevine. I guess this guy literally went to such a war one day. He decided to get his ear half taken off.
Chris
Or maybe
Carter
I
tried to
just
eat you,
hide
didn't
it. He did. The best thing is Chris Carter was not there, so I don't know what happened. It got cut open on that Saturday with you guys, and then it got cut.
Now
It got
he's
like a
fucking
chunk
blaming
pulled
me.
out on Thursday. Yeah, it was probably sad.
See, they all blame me.
See, when I describe you as delicious, that is not what I meant, man.
It's like I got Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
All right. So the whole reason you're here is because we absolutely adore Loyal Life. Tell us about Loyal Life and what it is and why it is.
It's hard to explain. I don't know. I think Loyal Life is just about being motivating others. We all have our own loyals in our life. So mine comes like family, working out, jujitsu, work, that kind of thing. Somebody else's loyal life could be just family and not work, you know what I mean? Or some people could be not family at all,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about being loyal to whatever your goals and your accomplishments you are. Kind of like just a family is what I'm trying to make. Just stay motivated, I think everywhere that we go is just negative. Everything that is negative is what people want to flock to. I don't post negative stuff. I just try to keep positive. Even on those days that I hate the world or I hate people, I still post positive stuff, So that's kind of what it is, just being loyal to who you are and your goals in life.
You have those days? That's a surprise for me to hear, to be honest.
Yeah, they always say the one that always smiles is the one that's hurting behind it, right? So you got to fake it some days, but it's all good.
Well, you're doing an excellent job about it. Folks, for those that don't know and have not ever had the chance, if you have not met our friend Adam is the nicest guy you will ever meet. If you are standing next to him and tell him that you are a little chilly, he will take off his shirt and hand it to you. It will be 2 sizes too small for you, but he will hand it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, speak for yourself.
It might fit
Jerk.
you.
Fucking guy.
The nicest guy on the planet. And so what Adam did is he has created a brand called Loyal Life. And if you go to the Instagram Loyal Life 21,
It's a good
2021, is that right?
Yep.
Did I have that right? All right. Go to Loyal Life 2021. It's an Instagram page. If you're looking for hey, I need to pick me up today kind of thing, that's the page you need to be following. That's the page you need to be on. And it will be every day. It's Adam on his run in the gym at jiu-jitsu doing,
But it's not
he's
just
doing
reality
the work.
Checking himself in.
It's
There's
him-
more to it than just that.
He's
So,
setting the example, like what
Yeah.
you and I talk about constantly about setting the example for our community. That's what that guy's doing.
Yep.
And
I
that's
appreciate it.
why you're here, essentially. You don't have to appreciate it, man. You're the one doing the work, and you're the one showing folks the work. That's why you're here. Eric Reed, you can suck a dick. Adam, do you like spam?
We all like spam. We all like
See?
penis.
Did you-
He's a spam and penises.
Isn't that why we do jiu-jitsu, right? Is to man wrestle. I mean, they always say jiu-jitsu's gay, so hey, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Adam, do you have a website or anything where people can support what it is that you're doing? Or is this just out of the kindness of your heart kind of thing? How can people support what you're doing? Because the folks that are doing the positive messages, they're the ones that need the support. Like
Buy
you
some
talked about.
badass fucking Loyal Life gear.
Yeah.
I'll answer that
Yeah.
for you. It's not
So,
lame either.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you can go on my Instagram. There's a connection to some of my shirts. We're trying to move to a better company right now. I got too much going on, so I can't make them at home. I'm trying to get a company to make them for me. So
Mhm.
there's a process right now. But the biggest thing that you can do to support me is just get as many followers as you can to follow Loyal Life. For some reason, I hit 2,000 follows, and I haven't moved from there in a long time. So that would be the biggest thing to support that.
Well, our sexy motherfucker Joe Allen has put your IG on the bottom of our page. It's scrolling right now, folks. If you're listening and you're hearing this right now, go to that Instagram, follow along, help the man out, share it with your friends. It's nothing but positive stuff. You'll never see something negative on there. It's one of the best things you could possibly come up with. I can't say enough good things about it.
That's awesome.
What does the future look like for Loyal Life?
I don't know. Future, last year I posted some comments recently, just struggling type of thing. And last year I thought about taking it down. And every time, like every week, I got a comment about like, hey, I just started jujitsu because of you. I just started running because of you. I lost 50 pounds because of you. Whatever it was, kind of like, I don't know if God's way, just like saying, hey, keep it going. Because every time I try to take it down. So I don't know where it's going. I definitely know I want to change to be able to put out more gear, more shirts, that kind of thing. So looking for like a company that can do it itself. I'm an idiot and went back to school. So I'm going to school full time. I work full time. I have kids. I have a wife. So unknown where it's going. But one thing is, I don't plan on taking it down. It's going well. And every time that I'm like, even have that thought, people are like, nope, don't do it. So who knows?
I agree, man. It is definitely someone above telling you, hey, you are for others. Please keep it going. You're keeping others around.
I think one of the most powerful things you can ever do is when everybody around thinks you're the fucking man, you got everything like held together, everything's perfect. When you're like, hey, bro, motherfucking everybody struggles.
Yeah.
You know, and just comes
Yeah.
out and says that, because we all do. We all have our fucking days, and the power is having more of us around that are making sure that, you know, we're looking out for each other and powering through it through things like Loyal Life does.
I can't say enough good
Heck
things about it.
Absolutely.
Can't say enough good things. Adam, before we cut
Fucking
you
guy.
loose, because we got to get you the fuck out of here before the FCC sees your face on our video. What do you call it? What do you got for the safety brief, man?
I got nothing for you guys.
Well, no, it's
Nothing
not
at
going to
all.
work. No, it's not going to
No,
work.
you gotta
man.
have safety brief.
Got to have something. What would
Listen
you tell?
here, don't let down the entire Leo community.
What would you tell your the people below you as they're getting ready to go out and do work?
You know, the world doesn't look upon us very well right now. But if it wasn't for us, this whole country would be destroyed by now. So I would just say, just keep pushing. It feels like it's changing, and we'll see if it does or not. But no matter what, there needs to be people like us and like you guys. Otherwise, this country's not going to last. So,
You know, I hear what you're saying, but I think there's a lot more people behind you than you might realize. A lot of people support what you guys do and what you specifically do. So keep it up, man. Keep your head and
Appreciate it.
eyes up. So we're
Appreciate
here
it.
for you, man. We're absolutely here for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Adam Roberts, the owner of Loyal Life. Please go to Loyal Life 2021 on Instagram. Follow along. You can support him by just following along and encouraging your friends to follow along.
I'm a size
But you-
large.
But you you can follow. You can help him even more by making a purchase. Grab a t-shirt, and just kind of spread that word. Spread that word for him. Nothing but good things will come from it. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Roberts with Loyal Life. Adam, thank you for taking time away from the family to be a part of the show tonight.
Absolutely appreciate you guys, man.
Have a great rest of your night.
Later.
Oh man.
What do you
I
got?
Had him on.
What do you?
Oh, you go first. I didn't write it fucking down. I had to
You
get
didn't write it down? We got to see. Oh, that's what the whiteboard's for. And I should have put that up there earlier. That's my fault because I came screaming in at the last possible minute. Yeah, I get what you're getting at. What do you call it? It is motorcycle season, folks. We have had nothing but beautiful weather here in Colorado. It's going to snow tonight, but we've had 60-degree weather. Man, I see you guys rolling around in flippity floppities, shorts. Do you roll around? Look at you. You do, don't you? Flippity floppities and
fucking board shorts, fucking basketball jersey, and fucking slippers, bro.
Fuck. I can't do that, man. I got to throw on the helmet. I got to have on pants and boots of some type, man. I got to. I have ridden a
I would
motorcycle.
too if I rode like you. Fuck.
Not nice.
Christ.
That is not nice at all.
I know. That was a good one.
That was pretty good, actually.
Ooh.
But yeah, hey, dress for the slide, not the ride, folks. Hey, gear up a little bit. At least put a fucking helmet on, if anything. I'm amazed to see you guys rolling down with Marlboro between your lips, wearing fucking flippity floppities and fucking shorts, man. Don't do that shit. That shit hurts when you hit the pavement, believe me.
Yeah, but you're fucking really cool. Kids will stare at you so hard when you're going down the road. They'll like literally step off the curb and fall.
The
It's like a
hardest
safety hazard. You're so fucking cool.
the hardest part about a helmet is I can't smoke a cigar when I'm wearing a helmet. It sucks
Hardest part of
balls.
the helmet is fitting your fucking mullet in it.
Well,
Oh wait, that's not also not going to.
those of us that don't have that. But sorry. So what you got, man?
There's this thing called centrifugal force, right? Spinny centrifugal force.
I've heard of it.
Bury the throttle. It solves all problems.
It does not.
Saved my life once.
Burying the throttle, it'll either end the suspense or fix the problem. Either way, you're going to figure it out.
Fix the problem. All problems fixed. Bury the throttle, folks. Enjoy your life. It's fucking short.
All right, you're good. Get out of here, man. I'll finish this up. Ladies and gentlemen, we end every show with a segment we like to call, don't forget your little heater thing. We like to call Never Forgotten. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2004, the 571st Medevac lost a crew chief by the name of Chris Golby. One of the finest men I have ever had the chance to meet. He and his crew were transporting a full crew of soldiers to get things like prescriptions and eyeglasses, and they were basically what was called a milk run. It should have been an easy run. Their aircraft was shot out of the sky. As you put your hands together tonight and you say your prayers tonight, please remember my friend Chris Golby and what he gave for our nation. So yeah, please remember his family, most importantly. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of From the Ashes on About Face Media. We're going to pass the microphone right now to our friend Kendra, and she is going to talk to you about PTSD and pageants because she is a badass. That is your Miss Texas. That's right. We have Miss Texas on the air. And she's going to be all yours for the next hour. So you guys have a good time with her. Thank you so much for listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. Have a great rest of your evening and have a great night. See you next week, folks. Bye.